What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. We have quite the agenda to fulfill today for the JZX100 Mark II. In no particular order, for the Mark II, we need to get it insured, get it registered. There's a special DMV in town that deals with strictly imported cars that don't already have a title that you can title transfer easily to the DMV. So I'll be knocking that out hopefully today. I also want to deep clean the interior since I will be dailying the car here pretty soon. I do want to wash the exterior, double wash, iron remover, and clay bar the full exterior. Until I get my polisher, I won't really do a full paint correction and ceramic coat. Today also I'm going to be on the store, hopefully picking up a steam cleaner because God knows how dirty the interior cloth is, so that should be fun. Also want to get the Mark II on jack stands, see what coilovers are on it, adjust preload and ride height. Also double check the undercarriage, see what bushings we need, see where the oil is leaking from, like I mentioned in my last video. I'm thinking it's the oil pan, crossing my fingers. We will be doing an oil change, cleaning the MAF, seeing what spark plugs are on the 1JZ, and then buying them tonight. Once all said and done, we'll go ahead and test drive the Mark II, seeing how efficient the braking system is. If I can get by like another week or two, that'd be sweet, but definitely tonight I'm just gonna go ahead and order the new slotted rotors, front and rear pads. I already have multiple .4 brake fluid and steel braided lines. They're all going to be purchased from RHD Japan, where I get all my parts straight from Japan, and the brand I'll be going with will be Project Mio. While I wait for my insurance agent to call me back to get the Mark II insured, we'll go ahead and move on to the registration paperwork and what is needed to register a car without a transferable title. So you import a car, from what I've been told, the following documents are what you need: all customs paperwork, customs and border protection, entry summary confirmation, entry immediate deliveries, the customs bond form. You will need the English translation, export certificate. Not sure if you need the original, but I'm gonna bring it just in case. Don't need a delivery order. The vessel saying that it was surrendered, bill of landing, and I believe the invoice, so your state tax can calculate how much it's going to all cost you. Okay, so I just got off the phone with my insurance agent. Since it is an imported vehicle, I need to take pictures of the interior and exterior like I did my Skyline, so an underwriter can see it. But at this time, I just pulled up to the title and registration third-party company. Going to go in there with all of this information and cross my fingers everything works out. Okay, so Mark II is officially my name. Unfortunately, I need to run the car through emissions, so definitely we're going to be cleaning the MAF, changing out the engine oil. We'll run to the auto parts store and grab some fuel injector cleaner, let it run, drive it around, get all the harmful emissions out. And when I have time, I did get a 30-day permit, take it to emissions, and finish up my registration. So at this time, we'll go home, take pictures of the interior and exterior for my insurance agents. We'll have it insured, do all of our maintenance work, clean the vehicle inside and out, and we'll wrap things up. Just made it back home, stopped at the auto parts store, picked up some Lucas deep clean fuel system and combustion system cleaner. Works great. I'm gonna run that the next 2 or 3 tanks just to get myself prepped for emissions. But at this time, I am going to be deep cleaning the interior. It's honestly not too bad, just gonna get in the vents all nice with a Q-tip, super deep clean the dash, and later time I'm gonna take the dash out and try to fix this kind of brokenness you see there. Hit up some of the homies on the JZX forum pages, and they said good luck finding a Tour V dash in mint condition. Just epoxy fix it yourself, so I'll go ahead and do that. Take the chairs out, deep clean those, deep clean the carpet, all of the door cards here. See if I can like fix this with some heat. Again, the back seats aren't that bad either. It's really minty back here, which I'm very grateful for. Let's deep clean the carpets, the rear seats, take those out and deep clean them. I did find some spider webs right there where the clicks are, so gonna fumigate the cabin, and then we'll go ahead and deep clean these guys as well. These aren't chassis specific, unfortunately, but I'm gonna run them until my new G Corporation checkered mats come in. Real quick, let's see how dirty the steering wheel is. I'm very, very curious. Don't know how well this picks up on camera, but yeah, that's very gross, and I promise you I washed my hands prior. Ew, look at the shift knob, guys. This thing was gross. Ew. And then also part of the e-brake cover, but yeah, definitely once a week, twice a week, I don't know. Make sure you always deep clean your steering wheel and shift knob. All right, got the inside of the Mark II cleaned to the best of my abilities. Took the front seats out, vacuumed the carpets. Unfortunately, I ran out of carpet upholstery cleaner, so once I buy that stain cleaner, I'll take everything back out and do a nice, more in-depth deep clean. But so far so good. Everything honestly is in pretty good shape in terms of the door cards and the carpet. Got the dash all nice. I'm gonna reroute the pillar gauge pod there. Doors are all nice. Back seats are very nice too. Also got the red and black checkered carpets nice and deep cleaned as well. These are super hot, love these. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I will be ordering some G Corporation's one that actually fit the interior. But now it is time to wrap up the interior. Surikawa, God Have the Broadway, and of course, the blessed Lucky Charm. All right, got the charm. We have the Broadway mirror installed. Got the Surikawa, a huge shout out to JDM Surikawa for the Surikawa. I think the theme I'm gonna go for honestly is just an all black interior, just so nothing clashes. But so far so good, all nice and clean to the best of my abilities until I get my steamer. So next what I want to do is just take one of the wheels off. We'll take the rear wheels off and see what coilovers we are running, and honestly, probably lowering this thing a good 2 inches. So fun fact, these lugs were extremely loose, to be expected. Look how bald this tire is, oh my gosh, guys. So these are, I think, I wanna say real wheels. On the back, it is stamped made in Japan, and the company is, I just saw it, it's up here. Vesta? Never heard of them, but it's a multi-lug wheel. Here we go, made in Japan. I mean, honestly, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm just gonna get some decent tires. I kinda want to test fit the VSKFs, but honestly not feeling it too much. So we have the rear rotors. Honestly, they're not that bad. I can't really see the pad. The pad feels like it has a lot of life, honestly. Rotor, I mean, I'm gonna replace all this stuff anyways. Take this out, probably get it powder coated. And here are the coilovers we have. And they are really dirty. So this is actually preloaded. I just don't know what brand this is, but we're gonna go ahead and lower this a good 2 inches. So to be expected, the bottom collar is seized. So I'm gonna let this thing soak in some PP Blaster and try in about 5 or 10 minutes. So I got the engine cover off, and there are quite a bit of oil leaks. I believe I just gotta change out the rocker cover gaskets. Down below here, I don't think you really see on camera, but there's a lot of oil leaking. I'm assuming it's from here because there's a lot of oil seeping out. But until I get underneath the car, I won't know for sure. Definitely needs new spark plugs. I'm going to do some research on aftermarket wires. Maybe just do an LS conversion. I would do the GTR R35 conversion, but I believe I do need a tune for that. Other than that, everything looks good. Belt looks healthy, like it was just replaced. But all that oil down there really concerns me. Okay, so I just got done lowering the rears. I just did 2 inches left and right, got the body coil pretty clean. The reds are nice and clean. Went ahead and with a drill and wire wheel, cleaned the mounting surface for the wheel. I'm also gonna hit the hub behind just to ensure everything is clean. See how I like the fitment, and if anything, I'll just readjust another 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So I ended up maxing out the coilovers in the rear. There honestly wasn't a whole lot more to go, so now I know they're at least even. All right, I mean, that's not bad. Not as low as I honestly want it to go, but it's probably safe. Again, these are maxed out. Don't know the name brand, but we got plenty of clearance here on the arch. What I love about the Smart 2 also is the front and rear arches are not rolled or pulled. They are stock, thank God. This side too, sitting pretty even. All right, love that. The fronts, I'm not even gonna bother honestly, but I will be taking them off another time to inspect all bearings, the arms, the brake lines, and also the undercarriage. Going to take the Mark II for a short stroll around the neighborhood just to test the brakes and the motor and transmission, make sure everything is mechanically sound. So far, she's running good. Temp is slowly climbing, so I know the thermostat's opening up. Gauges down below seem like they're working. Gotta redo the clock and figure out how to maneuver the Alpine stereo. So I just got back from a nice 10-minute drive with the Mark II, just ensuring everything is safe, making sure the transmission shifts good and everything checks out. So I'm just gonna go over real quick before I close up the video, the goods and the bads with the purchase of my Mark II. So the bads after the drive, number 1, Mark II definitely needs an alignment before I start daily driving. I know I messed up the geometry of the car by lowering the rear, but God knows how long the Mark II has been sitting at Japanese auctions, and even last time the Mark II has been driven on public roads. Number 2, we already knew the brakes are just horrendous. It needs pads, it needs rotors. The system needs to be bled, so I'll be doing that definitely before I hit emissions, and tonight I'll be ordering the whole brake system overhaul. Number 3, we need new tires all around. I don't want to risk driving on these because if it rains, I'm definitely going to fishtail. Bad number 4, I guess the paint. It's honestly in great shape, but just areas of the car, there's clear coat just peeling. Kind of sucks, but I'm not too bummed about it because I know next year early I will be respraying the Mark II, like here, there. We do have some scratches. The Mark II isn't perfect, but overall, like, the paint itself is very clean and the body is honestly straight. Minus the effects kit, the body is straight. There's like not a single dent that I've found so far on the rear end, the doors, the roof, the guards, the hood. I mean, the bumper is almost totaled. When they fit the HPI intercooler, they had to cut it, of course, as you can see there. This lip, Donzo, I'll have to epoxy this and fix it, put some new adhesive on the back here. Also, what sucks is this is bolted onto the bumper and the Phillips heads are disintegrated, so I'm gonna have to cut that out. And I'm really bummed about is this. This really sucks, man. I mean, I already knew that the bumper was like this, but all I have to do is put a washer here, undo this bolt, and then it should bolt right back up. And then fixing this minor dent on the passenger side guard, I think I can do that myself. I might hit up my boy John to see what he can do. I mean, honestly, just heating it up and then just working it out, because in the future as well, I will be doing BN Sports front guards with a full BN Sports kit. And the last bad about the Mark II is all the oil leaks from the motor. I don't know how many leaks there are, but the oil leak is pretty bad. I'm assuming it's from the oil pan because the oil pan is just drenched in oil. But then again, like I mentioned, God knows how long the Mark II has been sitting at the auctions, unfortunately. Really not digging all this wiring, but like I mentioned, I'm going to reroute the whole ground kit so it looks OEM and or hidden. Over here, I don't even know what was here, maybe the evap canister, but they called the hoses out, they put screws in and cable tied it tight so there was no vacuum leaks, but I'm assuming there's a vacuum leak there, so I'll have to figure out what went there previously or just route those, cap them off professionally. Other than that, guys, like the motor is mechanically sound, it needs plugs, it needs wires, but there's no like metallic noises, there's no abnormal ticking. The belts are pretty good. It holds temp, it holds oil pressure, it holds oil temp. Like, I'm very grateful. But in the next video or the video after, I'm going to be doing a full overhaul of all the fluids. But in all honesty, I am very content with my purchase. I knew what I was getting into, I would say like 85% of the way. I didn't know that we had all these leaks, but that is to be expected from a Japanese auction car. I'll be addressing all the mechanical leaks, XYZ, as soon as possible. But overall, I'm very happy with my purchase of the Mark II. The Mark II has really grown on me. I love the body style. I love the factory aero. It's very aggressive and it just flows so well with the body. I mean, even the stock Mark II taillights are nice. I do plan on getting the next gen taillights with the, you know, the light there. Really loving the interior. It's comfortable, it's cozy, AC blows cold. Horn doesn't work, but that's okay. But it's very clean and I am very grateful the interior is at least clean from buying a car sight unseen. But that is all I have for you guys today. Still recovering from my Cali trip. Sorry if this video was kind of just spotty with content everywhere. There's so much I need to do and I want to do to the Mark II. I'm gonna have to cover it like in a full day's worth of work. But main priority is to address all the leaks, the braking system, and making sure this thing passes emissions. So definitely in the next video, I'll be doing a moderate cleanup on the exterior. We'll double wash, we'll clay bar, we'll decontaminate every square inch of the Mark II. And then when my polishers come in, I'll do a separate video on detailing and ceramic coating and addressing whatever imperfections there are on the exterior. But other than that, guys, thank you so very much for the continuous love and support. And if you're new to the channel too and want to hit the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. And remember, aim high, drive low. We'll catch you next video. Take care.